Girl Gang, happy 2018. I'm so excited to be doing more live Q&As and just helpful tips in this group. I will be hopping in here live more often, along with providing content and challenges and all of that fun stuff. So if you do have anything that you would like to see more of, or you need help with, or just anything that excites you about our vegan lifestyle, feel free to post in this group or just message me or comment on my post and just say what you'd like to see more of, what you're struggling with, or anything about your life. It doesn't just have to be about veganism, because veganism is a lifestyle. So that said, I'm actually going on my honeymoon this year. I'm getting married in September, and my fiance and I decided we were going to Amsterdam in the Netherlands and Rome, Italy. So we're really excited about that. I actually met like a lot of really awesome people on social media from Amsterdam, where they've traveled there a lot, who are vegan. So I have quite a few restaurants and tips to survive there and thrive there on my honeymoon. So I'm really excited about that. But if you've traveled around Italy, if you know of like any awesome vegan gelato places or anything like that, let me know, because I am like starting to brainstorm and put together, compile a list of things like that. But anyway, I wanted to get into a couple of questions that I got asked, and I'll probably dive into more things because I only got 2 questions. So number 1 are like my top favorite vegan dishes, and Darla asked me this question, and I actually have a file section in this group that has a ton of recipes that I've already recreated, made my own, or did on my blog. So if you check out the file section, the most recent ones are holiday versions. So they're so good, they're healthy, they're delicious, they're clean, and you know, I do have a vegan mac and cheese recipe on there that is like out of this world, you guys. So if you have not checked those out, make sure you do, and let me know if you like them. Also, if you're watching this, I'm probably gonna upload it to my YouTube channel. If you are watching this elsewhere and you want to be in this Vegan Girl Gang community, all you have to do is search Vegan Girl Gang on Facebook. I'll post it in the comments as well. And make sure you invite friends, family who are transitioning vegan. They want to be plant-based, but make sure they're on that path, because it is a safe space for vegans. So anyway, those are like really my favorite dishes in that file, in the file section. I have tons and tons on my blog, lauramchugfitness.com, if you want more of them. I even have an ebook on how to transition to vegan if you need help with that. I have like my top tips on going to Disneyland vegan. There's amazing restaurants there that have so much vegan goodness that I don't think enough people know about. So if you want that guide, I'll be happy to send you that. But what I eat like every single day, without doubt, I have my superfood smoothie, and I posted this on my Snapchat, my Instagram stories yesterday. My superfood smoothie, I always put like spinach, Udo's oil, ice, my vegan cafe latte superfoods. I'll put peanut butter, all natural peanut butter or almond butter, some almond cashew milk. I like the blends. I love unsweetened vanilla, like any plant-based milk will do, like a cup of that. I blend it in my NutriBullet, and that's usually how I break my fast. So every single day I intermittent fast, or I've been doing it for like almost a year now, but I'm starting something new on Monday, which I'm really excited about. But I do intermittent fast. So that's the first thing, is how I break my fast. I have a smoothie, and then I also have it with my meal prep. My meal prep is super basic. So I have my protein, which I usually have tofu that I season myself. I love putting smoked paprika on it. I'll put garlic powder, cayenne pepper, and usually that's it. Maybe some more nutritional yeast I'll put on there. I'll have my tofu, and then I'll have mixed veggies. My favorite veggies, and I know like iron, to produce iron, there's broccoli with tofu makes that. So I usually have that together. I love broccoli, bell peppers, asparagus. I usually make like roasted garlic cauliflower or roasted paprika cauliflower. It's so easy to make. That's on my blog. So that's weekly what I eat. And then if I have a carb with it, I'll talk about that in a second, I'll do like roasted sweet potatoes. That's usually the only starch that I consume. Sometimes I'll have quinoa, but I'm trying to stray away from grains because I feel like it doesn't serve my body the best. And I want to feel at my optimal level at all times. So I try to stay away from grains a little bit. But that's basically like what I eat every single day for like breakfast and lunch. And then at dinner, it changes. So usually I'll have like butternut squash noodles, marinara sauce, and like Beyond Beef crumbles or lentils instead of that, and then my cauliflower. And then if I have a snack, I'll just have like fruit and I usually put a banana in my smoothie, by the way. And then if I have like usually tangerine and then some sparkling water, that's the majority of what I eat every single day, like without fail. So I would say that Darla is like my favorite vegan food, and it's so easy to make. I cook all of my food with like nutritional yeast and garlic, and that's about it. Sometimes I'll add like some spice because I love spices. But on that note, I wanted to talk about really fast my favorite vegan condiments that aren't really considered to be that you can add to any meal prep, is I prep all my meals for the week, and it makes it not taste like shit. Because I know a lot of people ask me about questions, meal prep, how do you make it not boring? It's really simple. You just have to add to it. So I will always have my mixed veggies, my tofu, my sweet potatoes, and it's so good. But do you want to know why it's so good? Of course, I roast my sweet potatoes so well. They're so amazing. What I add to it? Avocado. Without fail, every day I'll do like a fourth of an avocado. I'll just like chop it up. I'll put it on top of my meal prep. And then of course, my nutritional yeast, I'll have about a tablespoon of this on every meal. My B12, my folic acid, it tastes like a little bit of a cheesy taste. It's so good. I'm just used to it. Avocado, nutritional yeast on my meal prep, as well as hot sauce. So this is no calories, so I like Tapatio, and it's like on my meal plan. So I will have this with avocado and nutritional yeast on all my meal prep and dinner, not my smoothie of course, or I will have like my favorite. Like I'm obsessed with sriracha, you guys. It's my like weakness. So I will do that, and I put that on like everything, even in soup. I love it. So those are like my main, what I add to my meal prep, and it's not bland. It tastes incredible. So I wanted to talk about 3 separate ones, and this could be, and sometimes for a snack, I'll just do like romaine lettuce, a little bit of dressing, hummus, and like Beyond Chicken strips, or just like chickpeas or something that, I don't know, I like doing that for a snack because it's very low calorie and it's delicious and filling. What I add to my salad, I'm very picky about it. So this is another favorite vegan dish, but also a really good condiment. Annie's Goddess dressing is so good, and it is a little bit higher in fat and calories, so I usually only have 1 tablespoon, but it's also portioned out. I use containers, so everything I eat is measured out. So I'll put that on top of my romaine. But if you guys check out my file section of the holiday recipes, I made a Buddha bowl that's to die for, and I really love spice, if you couldn't tell from my hot sauce. So what I put on that, and that was like my dinner for like 3 days, because it lasted 3 days. I put this on it. Oops. It has like, it's all sticky, but it's called spicy peanut vinaigrette. This is from Trader Joe's. It's so good. It's jalapeno and fresh cilantro is also in there. It's Asian style spicy peanut vinaigrette. Get it at Trader Joe's. I put it on salad, but I also put it on my Buddha bowls. You could also put that on what's it called? Meal prep. But 70 calories for 2 tablespoons. So if you only have like 1 tablespoon, that's more than enough. It adds a kick and it makes it not taste super bland. And if you don't know how to make tofu like the right way yet, you're still experimenting, you need to add something to it, and that's something you can also add. Lastly, for different condiments is of course hummus. Hummus, I am still like in a love-hate relationship with. I think a lot of times it's very bland. This is garbanzo with cayenne pepper, so it adds, there's no added oil. Of course, it's gluten-free, non-GMO. I got this at, I think I just got this at, no, I think I did get this from Whole Foods. And Whole Foods has a lot of different flavors of hummus, so give it a try. You could always make your own. I failed at it when I tried to make my own, but it's not super expensive. You can add it to salad, you can add it to meal prep, you can use it for dip with some raw veggies. It's a really healthy fat. It also has protein in it, so that's something else that you can also add to your food to not make it taste super bland. Now, Taylor had a question about being a lower carb vegan. And by the way, congrats on getting married, Taylor. I'm also getting married this year. So first of all, I would really look at how big of the portions you're having, because carbs are not the devil, right? Like, you need them, they're good for you. It depends on what you're consuming, but I would just make sure you're portioning them out. I usually have 2 servings a day, and that's if I'm working out like really, really hard. Next week that'll change. I'm doing Time Nutrition, a whole new workout program, so that's gonna change. I would say the best method is just to stick to whole grains and sweet potatoes. I am not as much the whole grains anymore. I'm kind of removing them from my diet. But I would say like healthier starches over like white starches, right? So you don't want as much bread. If you do, I'd recommend like Ezekiel bread. You can get that in the freezer section at like any health food store. It's fantastic. I think even Safeway has that. But I've just noticed that when I do consume a lot of bread or pasta or grains, I feel bloated. I don't feel good. I feel heavier. I feel like I can't work out as hard. I just feel like it's denser, and therefore I've kind of just cut them out. Excuse me. So make sure you're sticking to like whole grains if you want to consume that. Or like for me, I just have sweet potatoes. That's like my thing. So I'll have like one serving a day, and it's like a fourth of a cup, not a fourth of a cup, like half a cup worth. So next thing, and if you've checked out my blog or other YouTube videos about my meal plans, you'll know that I do a lot of substitution. So for dinner, I'll have zoodles, which is zucchini noodles or squash noodles or beet noodles, and I will put some marinara sauce on top. That's like not low fat, doesn't really matter when it comes to that, but it'll be like lower calorie. I love the Engine 2 brand. I'll just do very basic marinara sauce, and I'll put like Beyond Beef crumbles in it or lentils in it. That's very basic, and it's amazing, and it's filling, and you don't need carbs with that. Like that is basically a pasta replacement. And let's say you like more of the texture of pasta. I feel like squash noodles taste like hash browns to me, and they're so good. Like I love them. I have them almost every night for my dinner with nutritional yeast and hot sauce. So I love that. It's very heavy, and not heavy, it's very filling. So you feel like you're eating a full meal. You can also do lentils instead of crumbles, or do your own protein replacement there. It's amazing. You could also find like lentil noodles. You can also find chickpea noodles, which are really good. I had that on Christmas night with homemade veggie meatballs that I made. That's also in the file or on my blog. So you can also do that. And for me, if I'm gonna have a grain, I will pick quinoa over brown rice, because again, it's just, I have to listen to my body. So you need to just do like substitute, try everything, take things out of your diet, see what works best for you, especially if you want a lower carb diet, and just make sure you're eating enough calories. I cannot say that enough. I feel like a lot of people, when they do transition to vegan, they're just not eating enough, and that's why they're like, oh, I'm getting headaches, or I'm craving things, or I can't do this. It's like, well, dude, how much are you eating? Make sure you're eating enough. Take stock of what you have, what you can put together. Like, you don't need to just have, like, you know those beautiful Buddha bowls you see on Instagram? Like, yeah, like, I'm sorry, but just like raw tomatoes and carrots and like cabbage is not gonna do it for me. That's like 30 calories. Like, make sure you're adding some dressing, you're making it delicious, and it's nutritious, and you're full, and you feel great, because I guarantee if you're eating like 5+ servings of veggies a day, which I do every single day, I add spinach to my smoothies because you can't taste it, good tip, I feel awesome. I feel full, and I feel like I don't need a ton of starches / carbs to fill me up. I don't have cravings anymore, mainly because of my superfoods, but I hope that was helpful. So my favorite dishes, I have basic meal prep I make every day. I have tons and tons of holiday recipes on my blog, my YouTube channel, my file section, and my Vegan Girl Gang community on Facebook, which you guys are in right now. And then of course for lower carb, just make some substitutions, like have sweet potatoes over grains, and make sure you're portioning them out, make sure you're eating enough, and just trial and error. Try things, get excited about new brands. I would also say like Beyond Burger, you really don't even need a bun. Like last night I just had a Beyond Burger with cauliflower and a side salad, and it was so good. Like, that's very filling, and it's delicious, it's protein packed. So anyway, I hope that was helpful for you guys. If you have any other things you want to see or hear from me about, please comment below, let me know, get in my community if you're not already. I hope you're having an awesome Friday, and I will be going live in the group a lot more often. So if you do have questions, shoot them my way. I'm an open book, and I cannot wait to help more people transition to vegan in 2018. Bye, guys.